So it's been 48 hours since I applied the rust converter, and you can see that it's pretty much so all black. Still some areas are a little bit more purple than the other. It's kind of, I think it's actually kind of neat that, you know, stuff went on clear, then I guess supposedly converts the rust into some kind of paint. But anyway, getting ready to start welding on my patch piece, which is over here, and continuing on. I had a nice person on the Chevelle website that's offered me a door, and I've taken him up on it, but I'm not going to be able to get it for a couple months, so I'm going to continue working on this one and see how close I can get it just to do it, so I have experience of, you know, making a little bit more of a complex shape. After I get done with this door, then it's on, well, it's kind of hard to see but right now, but it's onto this fender. Everything else metalwork wise has been done, so it's going to be body work after that fender, and then epoxy primer, and then it'll probably be like that for a while until I can afford to get some until I can afford to get the paint and the clear coat and all that stuff. But alright, thanks. As you see, welding prep's been done. Weld through primer, what I use is U-pole weld number 2. It's like a copper based, or it's copper something primer. Works pretty good. I don't know how good it is at rust prevention, but it seems to promote better welds, especially in areas like this structural piece that was that had a little bit of rust in it. So you got the 3 spots right here where I'm going to be tack welding, and the 4th spot actually. Then I took and skinned the whole perimeter of where I'm going to be going, and then here's the panel, and there's 3/16 holes drilled. Actually, I need to drill another one in that corner, and I'm going to drill that and wait for this primer to dry a little bit, and then I'm going to weld it on and give you another video. Thanks. So here it is welded in. As you can see, I got the 3 plugs up on the top and one in the corner, and then welded the seam there, and across there, even though I'm probably not going to be keeping any of that I welded to. It's just there to hold everything in place. Used a combination of, I've got a Harbor Freight type welder here, and so I used a combination of min 1 and min 2 settings, from about 3.9 on wire speed up down to 3.5. Yeah, everything went pretty well. I think this one plug right here, for some reason, I don't think it took real well, but the rest of them all took real good and held. So I'm gonna grind this out and get back to you in a sec. Thanks. Alright, so here's the panel all ground out. Take some of the light away so you can kind of see what's going on there. Most of the grinding I do with a with a cut-off wheel laid kind of on its side or edge, depending. Edge to begin, and then I kind of lay it down on its side to smooth it up a little bit, and then I use a combination of Scotch-Brite pad, Rotolocks, and air sanders and such. But yeah, I mean, I still got a couple of grinding marks in there and stuff. But I mean, it's pretty good. It would take body work at this point. I mean, that should be good. But there's the side, and I don't know if you can tell this or not, but this is why I bent that. This edge in here does not look like it's been welded. I then tried to be round. No, it's bent. You can tell it's a bent edge. That makes a difference on how the panel actually appears when it's done in body work. I don't know how much of any body work I'm actually going to do to this because it's covered up with the door panel anyway, but down in here I might actually do a little bit. So this is going to be my next piece. It's going to go from here, which is I think the first place I found where the metal is not bad, and then wrap around and then come up into here. So the first step, you know, is going to be making a template, and then cutting out a new piece, and then kind of fitting it, and keep doing that till I get it where it fits on there, kind of how I like, and then cut the old off, and then clean, because it's going to have to, it's got a structural piece here I'm going to have to tack to, so I have to clean that structure, and then go through the same process that I went through with the bigger panel here. So this is the easiest one probably to do, but each of them are really easy in their own when you take it one piece at a time. So it's going to be like, you know, this piece here, and then there's a piece that's horizontal, or close to it. It's actually angled. It runs across here, and it runs to here. And then there's another piece that runs across here, and runs over to here. So you've only got, you know, 3 more pieces to make. When you look at the giant hole, it looks like, you know, unsurmountable, but each in one piece. And then once I do this, see, then I got the same thing I got over there. This flange that goes through here that mounts the door skin, and then this area here and stuff. It's just one piece at a time, and it's not that bad. But if you kind of try to do it all in one piece, you're probably going to be screwed unless you're a professional, which I'm not. Or you have some really, really nice tools, which I don't. So, all right, thanks. All right, this is the patch piece that I've made. I went through the same process as I did for this piece over here. Just kind of cut and whittled out a template. Only this time I ended up having to make the template actually in 2 pieces because of the complex, or the complexity of the turn. When it turns like this, it needs to grow up. And the way it just turned out, you can see how this grows up like that. And my original piece didn't have that, just went straight across. So then I just added another piece to the template, and well, when I cut it out, there it is. And it's cut a little oversized like the other piece. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to round this edge, and it'll come out this way like I did with this other piece over here. Now that's going to be difficult because this thing's going to have that curve like this. It's going to have this curve built into it, and then I'm going to try to bend a lip in it going up this way. So that's going to be much more difficult, but well, maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I'm going to get to bending on it and see how it turns out. Thanks. Alright, as you can see here, this is the piece bent, and you can see down here the lip. It goes all the way around it. I was a little worried because the lip's going kind of in the opposite direction of pulling. See, when you go to bending on the metal this way, it wants to pull the metal straight into a straight line. If I was going the other way, it'd be a little bit easier, but going this way was a little bit difficult. But as you can see, if you lay it up here, see, this isn't exactly a 90 degree. That kind of helps, because it means I don't have to bend this lip all the way over. Over here it's a 90, and I've done that. And just kind of worked itself out. And then I've got this little area right here that had to be a little bit lower because of this, you know, this curve. And it's not perfect yet, but when I cut the old out and I start to match up, it'll come in pretty damn close. You can see it matches pretty close to bend without even having to force or anything, just barely touching it. It's a little high over here, this part of it, but I'll just trim that out once I cut the old out. Sometimes you have that where maybe something didn't grow exactly how you thought it was going to grow. But all in all, so far pretty good. Right now I'm going to go cut the old out and do a little bit more fitting, and then probably clean a little bit more of the structure, and then go back after it with the rust converter. And I'll probably update you when I get the rust converter in there, and I'll show you how it fits in there, because then that'd be about a stopping point for the day. But thanks. Alright, it's a little hard to show one-handed holding it in here like this, but there's the patch panel kind of fit. Got a little bit of a gap back here, but not too bad. That actually closes up, because see right here where there's a little bit of a gap, when I go to actually holding that, it closes that back gap up a little bit. And work around here, and it's pretty tight all the way around. So right now I'm just kind of holding this one-handed. It's hard to do. Don't forget you have the holes right there for your door seal that you need to put in too. But I've got this piece here made. It's kind of a pain to fit, but and there's the structural piece underneath of it. It still needs to be cleaned and painted, and that's what I'm getting ready to do now. And I'm probably not going to give. I've already shown you what that stuff looks like, so I'm not going to give you an update till I go to welding this new piece in. Thanks.